Hello, my name is Kris McDred and welcome to Kris McDred online training. These are pre-recorded classes that will teach you the systems that I use to do hair and to do extensions. This is specifically level 2 and we're going to go through level 2, and in level 2 we have 5 different classes. The first one is crocheting, and we just use the crochet, and I'm going to introduce you the materials that we're going to use on that class. Then the second class we're going to do is pre-made extensions and the materials that we're going to use for pre-made extensions. And then we're going to do seamless attachments and understand how to make them seamlessly attached and not ever experience a slippage. Okay? Then after that we're going to do the flow. The flow is my method of doing extensions that allows you to work with efficiency and speed and be able to custom extensions based on every individual Loc's need as opposed to every individual client's needs. And then last but not least, we will learn the philosophies of combining Locs and doing Wicks. And so without far much ado, I'm going to introduce to you the tools that we'll be using. On the extensions, we're going to be using a mannequin with a stand. And then apart from that, we're going to be using extensions here. Now, I've got a couple of extensions here because I want to emphasize that you do not need to buy expensive human hair to be able to do extensions. And first and foremost, let's get this straight. Afro human hair is not available. There's no two Afro people that will have the same texture. So when somebody says that this is real human hair, it's not real Afro hair. It could be real, maybe Indian, Brazilian, or Chinese hair that has been treated to feel and act like Afro, but it's not human hair. And if it was human hair, I would be creepy, because if I can't even wear your own underwear, why do I want to wear your own hair? You know, I don't know how people do that, but I'm not judging. I'm just saying from my perspective, I prefer to work with synthetics because of so many reasons that I'm going to explain through the whole course of level 2. So this is one of the most expensive extensions I've used. It comes in different colors and it comes in layers. That's why I like it. I didn't have an opportunity to order another one because I'm not using them anymore. And then we're going to understand why I have this one here. It looks like pieces of hair, almost like waists. But this is one of the best extensions that you could ever have. This is a cheap one, has a very loose curl pattern. We're going to understand also how to culture this kind of hair to make extensions. And like I said, it doesn't matter the extension that you have. As long as you know what you do, you can be able to ace it. This is completely Afro hair. This is Afro hair. And so these are the human hairs that we're going to be using for the extensions. Apart from that, we're going to be using measuring device. So if you have a ruler, or I don't know how you call it, a scale, we used to call it a ruler, measuring device, or you have a tape, you know, if you have this one, or you have the Taylor one, whichever you have, as long as it shows you the inches and the centimeters, that's all you need. And then, obviously, you're gonna need some scissors. If you need to cut through, I prefer to cut through than pull through, just so you know, because I don't want to destroy the structure of the hair. Some clips, we're gonna need clips anyway. And then we're going to need crochet hooks. Now I want to emphasize on something. I don't use these hooks because of a couple of reasons. One, they're not made by professional crochet makers. What do I mean with that? They're made by Locticians. They're not made by the people who make these, which are crochet people. These are not tools for hair. These are tools for knitting And so the knitting people have got exact sizes. Like this is number 14. And all companies that do knitting, number 14 is a 0.50. But on this one, you won't find that. Secondly, this is a 0.50, like on my wooden one. And this is my 0.50. But if I compare the sizes, you do it. You buy both and see. This one is a 7.5, this one is a 0.5. So these ones have a deficiency in terms of size. They're the wrong sizes. And then the usability of it, I can bend this with my hand. These ones are cheap quality, and cheap will always cost you at the end. If this one falls down, it breaks. These have a different feeling to it. And so these rubber crochets, you get them in different designs, are the ones that I use for all those reasons. And also, you don't get speed with this. How do I know that? I can finish a lock in 25 seconds. A whole 10 centimeter lock in 25 seconds with one crochet. Have you ever seen anybody do that with these? You don't even get a better result with these. How do I know that? Because I'll show you my systems of crochet and you will understand how it gets you that. So if it doesn't give you speed and if it doesn't give you better quality of that, why do you want to use it? So anyway, those are the tools that we're going to be using, and I'm hoping that you enjoy the course. And like I said, step by step, follow through. Don't jump from lesson 1 to lesson number 3 because you want to learn about the flow. Follow through because these classes build onto each other. As different as they are and as diverse as they are, they build onto each other. I promise you that this is not a business scheme. It's just subconsciously how I built this course. Excuse me, there's so much information. That information cannot fit in any particular video. I've spread it through and they build onto each other. Even level 1 builds on to each other, and you will understand if you go through my courses. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's jump into the first lesson.